I don't even know where to start with this. All I do know is that I need to talk about this before I can get excited about the qualifiers. This past week has been nothing but bad PR for this channel. Since the start of the Marble League, back when it was still the Marble Olympics, JMR wanted to be a real sporting league, despite the competition being composed of marbles and not, humans. With the kayfabe firmly in place and a niche market starting to grow, the time was right to hit the mainstream. The Ocho on ESPN was a good start, and the pandemic shutting down everything led for John Oliver and Last Week Tonight to shine a huge spotlight on it. This got them the larger international attention, but it still wasn't enough. They needed to be a mainstream sports league. And what better way to act the part than with a power-hungry co-commissioner who makes wildly unpopular opinions against the will of fans and who screws over the people who put in the most work. That's right, Dion, come on down. I've roasted balls of glass and called out teams in good fun. These are marbles, mind you. But now I need to call out the person who needs to be called out. Now, those who have been in the community for long enough know that Dion is no stranger to controversy. Most of it is embarrassing posts from his time in control of the official JMR social media, including, but not limited to, posting a picture of his kid taking a shit on Instagram. But what transpired this past week is even more heinous than that. For years, JMR had built up a rapport with the Chinese community over on the site Bilibili, which is sometimes referred to as Chinese YouTube. A group of fans reached out and wanted to make these videos accessible to a larger audience by adding subtitles and posting them to the site. See, while Bilibili is often referred to as Chinese YouTube, it's more like Reddit. While it's still a video site, there's a community feature where JMR fans in China make their own art, fan fictions, and even lore. While the Subtitle team was working on translating the Freak Marbles tournament, they realized they couldn't access their Bilibili account. They thought they were hacked, they didn't know what was happening, and then 2 hours later a message appeared on the page saying that new JMA members would take over the Bilibili account for translating and uploading. The new owners then deleted articles from the page that were previous translations, and some of them were originals. This is basically a coup. The former manager took to Reddit and Discord telling their side of the story, which is what I'm reading off. They also put out a video which you should watch. I linked it in the description and in one of those tag thingies on the screen. Keep in mind, when this group started translating the videos, they were in communication with the JMRC. But when the JMRC dissolved, they had to make contact through Dion. And the only times that Dion even reached out to them was for the money that the channel made. Just like YouTube, Bilibili allows monetization on videos. Now, I get that it's intellectual property and all that, and you're using the site to expand business, but I don't know, man, maybe a hey, how are ya once in a while? You can't treat people like this. At least tell someone they're fired if you fire them. If it were incompetence, that would be one thing. But Dion is well aware of his actions and the lack thereof. This is vile treatment of fans and of staff. If you wanted someone in the JMA in charge of the translation and the channel management, you could have brought in the crew that was already doing just that. Nothing else, you could always make the subtitles yourself. You even had an opportunity to save face, and this is what you do with it. Arrogance, gaslighting, and all-around shitty behavior on company time. There's a reason the JMRC voted to dissolve rather than continue working with Dion. And I hate to say it, but the channel has gone downhill ever since. Dion wanted creative control at the expense of what made the channel what it is. Marbula 1 has taken main stage while the showdown is left as an asterisk and the sand rally is all but dead. It's time to face hard facts. If Dion weren't Yella's family, he would have been fired long ago. Is this any way to talk to someone airing out a grievance against you? If someone at any other company made this remark, their ass would be grass before they hit send. I'm willing to bet if anyone else who works in the JMA did the same, they would at least be reprimanded. Why does he get preferential treatment? We need to remember, it's called Yella's marble runs, not Dion's. And thank God for that. Is this a call for Dion to step away from the channel? Let's see if he at least apologizes to the Subtitle crew first, but I won't hold my breath. So Dion, appreciate and pay the people who put in thankless work for you. Or, in the immortal words of NBA Commissioner Adam Silver, get ready to learn Chinese, buddy. So where do we as a community go from here? Well, as Toby put it in their video, don't take it out on the marbles. The marbles are innocent. And I agree. We shouldn't boycott the league we love just because a higher-up doesn't appreciate the product as much as we do. I'm actually calling for the opposite. An anti-boycott. If you recall this past MLB season, the Oakland A's had very loud whispers of moving the team to Las Vegas, alienating the fans and desecrating the history of the franchise. Wins were at an all-time low, attendance was at a record low, and the stadium was decrepit and decaying in an obvious attempt for locals to stop caring so they could move and no one would miss them. The thing none of the higher-ups accounted for is that fans love their team more than the asshole who called the shots. The fans staged an anti-boycott to show support for their team in spite of their owner. They sold out the stadium, brought t-shirts and signs that called for the owner to sell the team and for the A's to stay in Oakland. Those chants echoed throughout the Bay Area and traveled with the team as other fans showed their support at their away games and even at the MLB All-Star Game. We need to do an anti-boycott of the showdown. If it turns out that it's just one video, make it the most viewed video on the JMR channel. I mean that. We can't let good things die on our watch. I will see you after the qualifiers and after every single JMR video this season. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out. Support me on Ko-fi and Redbubble. Remember, there's a maid Kurt out there. And now, we can be hype about the qualifiers. Oh!